Part 5 from the Parchments. When Darwin followers say you originated in the sea, they are both right and wrong. Definitely wrong if they think it was a sea like you go swimming into today, but right if they can accept that the diaphanous form was created out of the earth when its solid mass was part of a gas like water. This spiritual soup contained all the mineral elements which have been absorbed out of the initial fireball. The original earth was like a large round test tube in which all of the water attracting minerals had been separated into, as a chemist might do today. There is, or used to be, a soil food which was used for many years, particularly in the USA, called stone meal. This contained all of the mineral elements necessary for a chemically balanced soil, with a conspicuous absence of pests on the perfectly balanced food it produced. If used in a drought area, it would attract the moisture out of the air at night, whilst those not using it were parched and dry. The earth then was like one of these gardens, balanced. It attracts water like Marilyn Monroe's breasts attracted men's eyes. The other planets were not balanced for man to evolve on physically. This was a deliberate planning and not some accident. Magnetic forces were directed onto the Earth sphere by higher beings. Then, using spiral telekinesis, they formed spherical diaphanous forms like an egg, at the same time leaving a fine magnetic thread running through the centre. This was the beginning of mankind's involution. They had come down from above, similar to today. Before you can create anything, from a car to a piece of music, it has to originate above in the brain. This fact creates a huge problem. As we said in the introduction, the word con, colloquial for confidence tricks, is, we believe, one of the most fascinating and engaging words in the English language. From it grows the word condition, meaning stipulation, thing necessary for something else to be possible. In chapter 2 you will see the relationship between one thing being created, then an echo or reference to that first form appearing in subsequent shapes. This relationship is exactly like Aunt Flo saying, "Baby Joe looks like our grandfather." Certain characteristics are carried over from one generation to another. They are relations. If you paint a picture or compose a piece of music, to retain a sense of wholeness, each canvas or symphony must be part of one family, a family of relationships. A masterpiece occurs when whatever is being created, painting or pincushion, has an originality within the relationships. This radiates a sense of wholeness, which is a facsimile used by the churches, holiness. The interpretation of this word, however, has become dislocated from the body by a group trying to hold power over large groups of people. You have, as it were, been conditioned into believing it is something beyond your comprehension. In other words, only someone with a dog collar on can even remotely understand the word. This is, of course, a load of rubbish. So this word con has grown, and the word stipulation has become like a yoke. Stipulate equals to demand equals dogma. The creative field of holiness has now been polluted with demanding. Power, in whatever guise, takes over, and whether it has a dog collar, jackboot, little red book, the hammer and sickle, or greenhouse education, love is evaporated. Astrology tells you that you are entering the age of Aquarius and the brotherhood of man. taken to the extreme by two Aquarius-influenced countries, China and Russia. If 6 billion people could become aware individually of this Aquarian brotherhood, then the strife created by true revolutions would fade away and be replaced with a new kind of love for each other. We believe it is important that you acknowledge you are in need of a brotherhood of unity. Too long have you looked upon the physical and created images to satisfy your appetite for enslaving the mind in its quest to scientifically prove you, Homo sapiens, are at the top of the tree. That is, you have evolved from the ape. There is evolution of the soul after involution. This involution is represented in Greek myth by the 12 labours of Hercules. Before you can depart from the University of Earth, you have to pass the exams of all 12 signs of the zodiac. A truly Herculean task. The New York Times service, 11th of July 1997, reported that DNA extracted from the bones of a Neanderthal man indicates that Neanderthal man did not contribute to the DNA makeup of modern man. While Neanderthal man is classified by a paleoanthropologist as human, DNA analysis indicated that Neanderthal men never directly contributed to the DNA profile of modern man, and this same DNA evidence also strongly suggests that Neanderthal man never even interbred with modern man. In other words, Neanderthal man contributed nothing to the gene pool of modern man. May we suggest that science and archaeology spend less time and money looking outwards and look inwards. Apart from the intense suffering you have inflicted upon the animal kingdom, brought about simply by assuming they are below you and are therefore expendable, you will have to reap the karma you have sown for this pain. Darwin has to be removed from all of your schools and colleges now, not because we are advocating a creationist stance of God made the world in 6 days, rather that the gods made the world out of an original wholeness where time and space do not exist. Later we will try to show how the whole of the Old Testament and parts of the New should be seen from a physiological point of view, not biological.